Weird. Well, hi, everybody. I thought I had this not going yet, so you've probably been chilling here for a hot minute. Sorry.
I can speak up. I'll go to the front of the class. Maybe they're gonna be boss anyway, huh? Hi.
How are you?
I'm back there.
How's it going? Good. How are you?
You drove by and said, we're like, oh, no, it's me. I'm like, you guys go. He's too busy talking on the phone. Oh, yeah, totally. It's hard to multitask. Turn into traffic and. Right. Yeah.
Hi, Monica.
How are you, Ashley?
Good. How are you?
Great.
Are you going to bingo tonight?
Yep. Do you want to go?
I kind of do want to go.
I'll save you a spot. I'm bringing one of my granddaughters.
Bingo. Has anybody gone to bingo with Monica at the senior center? It's fantastic. No. No, but she's won money. I won, what was it, like $50 or $100 the first night? And it's like $20-$30 and you play bingo for a couple hours and it's very fun. And there are maybe like 3 other younger people there. You don't feel like completely out of the realm, but I thought it was fun.
Yep. I'm friends with a lot of them.
Nice. I got my bingo, I got my daubers like in my glove box ready. Yeah, bingo's super fun. Anyways, I invite everyone. I'll put that on the sales rallies. Come to bingo at 6 p.m. Oh, it's fantastic. I think we'll wait like 2 minutes till we have more Zoomers. Hi, ladies. Hello. How are you?
Good, long time no see.
Right? I know it's been weeks and weeks and weeks.
I had my husband's family from Australia in for 3 weeks.
Dang, oh, that's
It was
fun.
a lot of fun, but it was time to have some alone time finally.
Yeah, no, a week is about enough.
Yeah, but if you're coming from 14,000 miles away, it's not gonna be a week.
Yeah, no, you have to make it worth it for sure. Kelly said something?
Marcia brought in a little baggie of goodies from her trip for Kathy for her basket.
Did you hear that? Oh, repeat it loud. What did you say?
I said, I got a little baggie of shampoos and stuff that Marcia brought in from her trip for you.
Oh, yeah, you heard her. That's nice. Yeah. Oh, we need a new basket for that, don't we?
Yeah, I don't really have to.
Yeah, I don't either. I can't hear you anymore, but yeah, can't hear you at all.
She muted
A little bit. Okay, I just asked for
There
you.
we go, sorry. Yeah, no, the last time I saw it was at the old week, it was on the front desk. So hopefully we can find it, because that will be the second basket we've lost.
Oh, fun. Okay, so that's your basket. Cool, cool.
I'm sure it's here somewhere. I'll find
Yeah,
it.
we'll find it. It's, yeah. We didn't throw it away, so we know it's somewhere.
There you go.
Sweet. Well, let's start doing things.
Hi, Maria.
Oh, Maria has a doppelganger. I totally saw her at Target.
Really?
She was not at Target. No, not at all. I was chilling in my car eating burrito. I was like, oh, that's Maria going to her car. And yeah, I wasn't. So she has a doppelganger. If you, it's crazy. Yeah. Anyways, hi everybody. It's been a few weeks. Did you guys have a good 4th, or did you have to like console your dog for 4 hours like me? She's a little nervous. It's not fun. I hate 4th of July.
Yeah, I did some doggy downers. I had to, because she would just
Yeah.
freak out otherwise.
So my dog does not cuddle with me ever. Like, she's just an independent woman on her side of the couch. But if she's like nervous or unsure of something, like I got to cuddle for like 4 hours. It was so good.
We should do this more often.
I mean, she was traumatized, but still, it was, I soaked it in. So today's your opportunity to build the tomorrow that you want. I took off your Bill Cosby quote.
That's
That
okay.
like, you know, like abused women or something. I just kind of didn't want like Bill Cosby things. So I changed it. Because he's kind of like, isn't he in jail or something? He did like bad things. Yeah.
I
All
don't
right.
even know.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Okay. So top 5. Lisa, Sydney, Kara, Brian, Jeff. This has been like the main 5 for a hot minute. Right?
Number 6.
Oh, fun. Did that include my closing yesterday?
No.
Let's see. Maybe I'll be on there next week. That would be fun. Teams, Boyle, 509, Meloy, Frontline, and Dalbey. Congrats, everybody. Lots of money. Lots of helping people. Shouldn't focus on the money. Lots of helping families and people buy houses. So that's a much better way. So, yeah, the money's just a good little perk, you know, so that we can live and like buy food in this economy. Let me get this little duper out of the way. Contracts written. And again, if Kelly's just doing this for the last Monday through Friday, so if you don't have one on there,
Weekends don't count.
yeah, we'll put you on there. But yeah, that's everybody doing things. So we have birthdays. Lots of birthdays. What was it today?
Today
The
is
11th.
the 11th.
Lupita yesterday. Yeah, we got Cynda, Andrea. How do we pronounce it? Andrea. Okay, you never know. Keith, Kristen, Desiree, Tim. Happy birthday, everybody. Anniversaries, Tim, Cynda, Jerry, and Skip. And I need to make this slide prettier next week. Anyways, I'll put graphics in there and make it fun.
Work anniversary.
What?
The
Oh,
work-
yeah,
Work anniversary.
yeah, no. We'll figure out the way to do it. Michael, do you got things
I got
to
some
say?
things. Yeah, I'll keep it short. Can I share my screen real quick?
Yes. Okay, try it out. And if not, do I need to stop mine before it will let him share?
Oh, you can try that.
That work?
Yeah, there you go. No.
Yes.
Okay, so I don't know if you guys have seen this form. It's the same. This one just is 2021. But this is the 4868 tax extension form. We've had quite a few clients and a lot of people that may not know this.
My client.
Exactly, so I brought this up.
Yeah.
So something about this form, yes, if you're not going to file your taxes by April, you have to file for an extension. You can still get a loan with an extension, that's fine, and you can actually use your previous year's taxes, which is good, to qualify. So what I want you guys to know about this particular form is that if you file this form in an extension and you or your accountant puts any number in this other than 0, you have to have paid that. So if they have an estimated tax liability of 25 grand, you have to have written a check for $25,000 to the IRS, regardless if you're going to owe that or not, or if you're going to owe more. And this is for the purposes of, basically this really only comes up with self-employed people, because very rarely do we need taxes for people who are W-2. Sometimes we do though. But if you put something in there, we always need a copy of the extension of this form in particular. And if there is a number in there other than 0, you'll have to pay it. So when you're strategizing with your accountant, if you're wanting to purchase something, if you have somebody has an extension, this is at this point, they've already filed for it, so it's not that big of a deal, but it's something for you guys to know as realtors, and if you have clients that are self-employed, that things might be a little bit tight. If you can get 0 in this box, obviously consult with your accountant, but if you have anything in there, you're going to need to pay it. So just something to consider, because it's snuck up on some people before that. Once this form is submitted, the underwriters require that whatever's on there is paid. Okay, next one. Just thought I'd go over rates a little bit. Average interest rate right now is still over 7. We took kind of a big hit over the last couple of weeks. They were hovering in the high 6s. And now for the last week or so, we've been into the 7s. The Fed is continuing to say that they're going to remain relatively aggressive and continue to raise rates. So I would just caution people to not wait, because if and when interest rates do start to come down, and just so you guys know, the typical spread between the 10-year Treasury note, which is right here, it's basically about 4. The typical spread between the 10-year and mortgage interest rates is usually 2%. Right now it's 3. So there's margin built in, because lenders are understanding that if and when rates come down, no one wants to be stuck with these higher interest rate servicing contracts on these mortgages that are ultimately going to get refinanced anyways. So interest rates have at least the room to go down 1% before we're back to historical margins. So that's important to know, because they will come down. It's just a matter of when, and they have room to come down just on that fact alone. Any questions on that at all?
When do the Feds meet again? Is it
Ooh.
like end of this month or something?
And it might be the beginning. Hold on, let me look. Let's see next. Is the that's the next slide.
Put you on the spot. That's
That's
when
okay.
you're
Should have
starting.
had that open. No, it's okay. It is 25th and 26th. So they usually come out with what they're going to do on the 26th, the second day.
Mhm.
So yeah, we'll see what they estimates are probably about 0.25% that they'll continue to raise it. So we'll see what happens then. And last but not least, this also popped up recently, is if you have a client that's purchased a home within the last 6 months as a primary, they're technically not allowed to purchase another primary residence unless they're going through relocation, divorce, or new employment opportunity. Otherwise, if they bought a house and 4 months later they found a better house that they like somewhere else, typically underwriters are going to, and they want to keep the other house. That's the key factor. Typically they're going to err on the side of mortgage fraud, and they're not going to approve the loan. So you want to hit that 6-month mark before, unless you can hit any of those extenuating circumstances like relocation, divorce, and new employment. At the end of the day, if it makes sense, an underwriter will probably approve it. Health issues, things like that, if you have documentation and things you can prove. But just something to note that this popped up and the person wasn't too happy that really it just didn't make sense. They just wanted a new house, but they wanted to keep it. Smelled a little fishy, so they ended up having to wait. So something else that pops up, but any questions at all?
Yeah, Michael, I know there used to be a rule based on how far away your work was that you can have a primary. But we have 2, because my husband works in Ellensburg. That's still okay too? If you're, I think it's so many miles, 60 miles away or something, you can have 2.
2 primaries?
2 primary residences?
I'll have to check on that.
Because that's the way it's been for years. I'm hoping that hasn't changed, because we might be in trouble now.
Yeah, no, I mean, at the end of the day, it just has to make sense. Do you both, I mean, how are you living in one spot the entire time, and you guys aren't living together, or do you travel back and forth?
He travels back and forth. So when he has to work at the university, he stays at the house in Ellensburg.
Okay.
And he's been doing that for 35 years.
Okay, yeah, I mean, if it makes sense, it makes sense. They would typically, I would think that the underwriter would just say, where do you spend the majority of your time? That's your primary residence.
Okay,
But yeah, to purchase another primary, at that point, it might just be a second home. Or it makes, you could purchase a primary in Ellensburg, and then if you wanted to purchase another one, you would just have to make it make sense that he works here. So you wouldn't necessarily say that you're purchasing two primaries at the same time type of thing. It would more be, it just makes sense that the new house you're purchasing is your primary because of what you've laid out. It just
Okay.
has to, yeah, at the end of the day, all underwriters care about is that it makes sense and that whatever letter of explanation you write is true. That's it. Otherwise, they're not out to turn down loans by any means.
all right, thanks.
Yeah. And then with FHA, just so you know, this is kind of interesting. If you want to vacate a primary residence that is conventional, or let me backtrack. If you want to vacate a residence and use rent to offset that payment, but your new loan is an FHA loan, you have to be at least 100 miles away from the other house. That is just an FHA rule. So again, it doesn't matter what the loan is prior. It does matter if it's an FHA loan, but if it's conventional, that doesn't matter. But if you want to use market rent, let's say you can't qualify with both payments and you want to rent it out before you move into the new house. If you want to use that money to offset the payment and your new loan's FHA, it has to be at least 100 miles away. So that doesn't come up very often, but Ashley, it came up with.
Yeah, I was like, okay, we're not
Well,
buying a house for a hot minute then.
Exactly. So,
Yeah, cool.
yeah. So, yeah, that's all I got.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate you. If this works and ends up not being stupid. Okay. Want to say some things?
Yeah, hey guys, every week there's more people here.
I know.
Yeah,
It's
notice
really
that?
fun.
How many people think we can take the entire real estate?
Stand over there.
Yeah. Every hand better be up.
So the first thing I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna say thank you. The second thing I'm gonna do, so thank you. I'm gonna take your picture, so I need a thumbs up. You know what this is called, people? This is a lesson in marketing. There's an old saying that I've used for years called market the marketing. What does that mean? Anybody? I made it up, so you probably don't know. It's an original, 1987. It means whatever you're doing, tell your story. We live in a time of people that love to watch us from the bleacher seats and judge us. It's called social media, right? You can use social media to your advantage by a couple simple rules. Number one, if you want something that is 100% private for you, then do that. But have another personal page that is not necessarily 100% private, because business pages don't work as well. We need business pages to use command and to do marketing with Facebook and so on. But what I don't see enough of that has worked really, really well for me for the last decade is my social media presence, which is really a couple of simple rules. Don't allow anything negative or judgmental, politics, church, controversy. Stay away from all those things. Just be positive. Talk people up. Have an abundant mindset. So tell your friends, your family, your colleagues how well they're doing. Tell a business on your personal page that you love that business. Sydney, remember when you and Brooke used to do that? You'd go around and do interviews for businesses. So people love to watch people that are talking positively about something. So often that social media, do you guys agree, is like a cesspool of BS?
Yeah.
Kind of like drama and judgment and negativity. Just don't buy into that. So the other day I looked at how many friends of mine, like good friends of mine, that I've deleted and banned from my Facebook page. That's how many I did. These are friends, man. 150. Because you get one shot at the title with me. You say something negative or judgmental or mean, you're out. It's one of the most powerful recruiting tools we have. And the same thing works for the business. So when you're just telling your story, like you're at a sales rally, you're having a good time. Get in the habit of taking pictures and then posting about what you're doing in your business. So when people go to your, and here's the key about personal, you can't do it very much, like it's 1 to 3 or 1 to 4. So like 3 personal, like family stuff, 1 business. If you do more than that, they're not going to follow you anymore. You want it to be authentic, not BS, right? So make it authentic. If you tell your story, this company, if we collectively told our story, like right now today, if you guys took the picture that I'm going to post and you did it, and you said, I had a great time at a sales rally, learned some more stuff from Michael Maher and Prime Lending, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter what you say. You start doing that consistently, your people that are stalking you from the bleacher seats, just watching you that you don't know are watching you, are going to call you to list their house. For 2 reasons. Why? You're always working, and B, you're positive. You like people, people like people that are like themselves, and people are tired of negativity and judgment, in my opinion. This whole I'm all that in a bag of chips on social media is not. Just be authentic and start showing your open houses. Some of you are doing it at a very high level now. And some of you aren't doing it at all. Hey, and the point is, it's not, look, how many ways are there to sell real estate successfully?
100
million. So these are just ideas, but that's such an inexpensive way to brand yourself and to share your story. Ask yourself 2 things. If I got into your calendar, and who knows Diana Kokoska? Anybody? Sid knows. You know Diana Kokoska?
I know the name, but I don't know.
She's a KW like legend. She had the little red wagon with her 3 kids when she was broke, and now she's rich, and she's been with Gary Keller for a long time. She developed the class Bold from her journals. Amazing lady. She has a podcast, so I'd look up her podcast because that woman came from nothing and is still super authentic about helping people. And now she just launched a new podcast. But she says if it's not in your calendar, it does not exist. Think about that. So if I looked at your calendar, if anybody looked at your calendar, could I tell what you do for a living?
I'm an official meeting.
Now there's a good thing that there's a lot of ways to sell real estate, because if you looked at my calendar, you wouldn't be able to tell I did anything. That's horrible. I am so bad at it, but that's why I have to hire people to help me, because I am just not good at it. I'm always trying to get better. And I don't know why I'm not good at it. I'm just not good at it. So probably because I tell myself I'm not good. Limiting belief 101 right there, right? So even if you've been doing something forever, it's okay to have limiting belief. It's okay to know that you have a weakness. It's okay to know, well, that weakness could be something that maybe I get better at, or maybe I find somebody to help me do it. Because that's leverage, right? That's also an important part. The other thing is if I look at your social media accounts, can I tell what you do? Those 2 things, your calendar and your social media. And again, you don't want to shove it in someone's face, but be passionate about this business when we take the market down. When things get hard, I've said this for years, that adversity breeds clarity if you let it. Think about it. You don't let it, you're just repeating the same mistake over and over again and expecting something different. That's the definition of insanity, as we all know. Well, there's a lot of insane realtors. I'm probably one of them. But the goal is to get better. The goal is to share what we're doing, to excite other people, because always remember, you might not think you have anybody watching you right now. You do. And they're looking and hoping that you do well. And when you do well, celebrate it, not in an arrogant way. Celebrate people, celebrate love, celebrate your colleagues, celebrate this office, celebrate this area that you live in. Just celebrate every day with energy and passion, and good things will happen because it's contagious, just like bullshit. That's contagious too. There's a lot of that. Any other, that's all I got. Other than one thing, I just came up a couple times recently that I wanted to just quickly remind someone. If you ever sell something like an orchard, it's a pretty good example around here. How many orchards have we seen turn into development? Lots of them, right? So let's say you have an orchard. What is the tax man going to assess you at, right? For 25 years, Grandpa had an orchard. All right. So that was taxed not as a development. Then one day Grandpa sold that orchard to a developer for $2 million. And yet it was assessed at $200,000. That's what happens to the tax man. The tax man goes, wait a minute, you've been kind of screwing us for the last about 7 years. So we're gonna go reassess your land like it was a development worth $2 million. Go back in time. And that is called the continuation, something document, continuation affidavit or something like that, where the title officer is not always going to tell you that, but it's in the title report. Closing documents have that in there. So one day after you close, if the people get caught, now it's like anything when you're a criminal, whether you know you're a criminal intentionally or you're an accidental criminal, I've been both. You're only a criminal if you get caught. Fines and penalties are okay, jail time's not, that's my rule. Anyway, once they find you and they go, wait a minute, you made $2 million. So then they send you a bill and you've already spent your money. Then they call you as a realtor and they go, wait a minute. That wasn't part of our closing cost. Why have I this bill for $400,000 or $200,000? What the hell is this? So they may not like you, even if it's not your fault.
It's a bill, it's not just the property taxes.
No, like you sold it and then you went on with your life. And what the tax assessor does is goes to like 7 years, goes, wait a minute. You had an exemption as an agricultural assessment, not a land development. So we thought your orchard was worth 200 grand. You've been paying $2,000 a year. Turns out it's $2 million. So somewhere in there, you forgot to tell us that the highest and best use of your land was not an orchard. So we'd like you to pay us that money. Now, like most things, if they don't catch it, they don't catch it. Just be aware that they can catch it. And in an area like you all said, yeah, becoming more and more prevalent. So the taxes, the government's looking for ways to make more money. So they're starting to track that, starting to enforce it. There's another quick little rule that I'll share, and we can dive deep. You can call me and get together like I did this morning with Kyle.
Your artwork.
So it's kind of fun, but I love the fact that he came in, and I appreciate that because that shows his initiative, right? Like you guys want to do well, we're going to try to help you at every turn that we can, but you have to kind of raise your hand sometimes, right? You got to be proactive. What was I saying? I don't remember what I'm saying. Oh,
You were gonna talk about something else.
one more thing.
Another example.
Yeah, there's another one that I'm just dealing with. That's a weird one. Guess it wasn't important.
We'll remember in 2 minutes and then you can come back up to
Anybody
the
else
front.
need anything? No?
Always,
Thank you.
because it's real
This is
estate.
awesome.
I see new faces in the room. We have Marion. He started, what was it, like days ago? Okay, yeah. Welcome. And then we have a face in the back that I don't know. That's Antonio. Hi, nice to meet you. Plenty of new, yeah, this room is like super full. There's seats up front if anybody wants to come to the front. No, I would.
trying as they come through.
I would not either. I would not either, so that's fine. Oh, shoot. Well, Russ, I'm gonna have to I'll put like a tape barrier, because I think when you're close to this, people can't hear you on Zoom very well. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Sorry. Sorry, Kathy. Yeah, we'll just I'll just like put it just a square and then just the directions that you can. But one of those in the store, like when you're in line and they have like the things that you can, anyways.
A toddler leash.
Yeah. Computer and everything. Hold on, we have a still crisis. We don't really use it very much.
I don't care about the desk so much. It's
Is that Gatorade? What is that?
It's BCAA, it's branch chain amino acids. Help your recovery after the workout.
Thanks. There's some on the back on the bottom of your, we're just spilling juices in here.
Hi guys.
Or the guy that keeps, oh, I love that. Do you guys know that there's a guy that his main job on the Seahawks is to keep Pete Carroll from going on to the. We'll just follow him around and he always just has the tab and you will literally see that he just the best thing.
That's hilarious.
You'll see it next time. It's so funny.
That's really funny.
Yeah, I love it.
I wonder how you interview for that.
I know, I think that would just be the best.
We've had Davey Lewis on our boat. He's cool.
Who is that?
He's one of the Seahawks defense guys.
Oh, nice.
Don't ask me what, because I don't know.
Yeah, no, yeah. Oh, I thought you had the rebound. Oh, anyway, we'll take care of the carpet. It's on the carpet too. Do you care? Do we want to? You don't have, oh, you do have all the napkins. Never mind. Okay.
She got so excited over that.
Yeah, you were jazzed about it. Okay, so I have annoyed many of you, I'm sure, with the calendar invites. So what I'm starting to do is we're using the KW email to send calendar invites to any of the events that we have going on. So you likely got like 6 from me the other day.
The ones that I had and yeah.
Yes, so please respond to them. That would be like super cool. But I'll try not to like do 6 in a day like I did last week, so you guys could like me a little more. So the reason that we're doing that is when we get our website kind of configured, that's going to be our calendar where you can go in and see everything that's going on. And you guys are just going to get invites for those so you can RSVP, and then we'll know, like for the lunch and learn on the 17th that we'll talk about soon. If you guys just respond yes on that, then we'll know who's coming, or you can go to Kelly. So whichever one. Or you get no food. Yes, for sure. So one of the events this Thursday is going up to Anna Marie's new office in Brewster. So it is about an hour and 15-minute drive up there. So I'm going to be here at the office. I have 3 seats in my car. So if anybody wants to carpool, I put it to where I'd be up there for an hour and a half or so, and then that have us back here at 8. But if not, if you want to drive up there yourself, that's, awesome. 5 o'clock, because it's her office, and then it's like the DOL in one. So the DOL closes at 5. So you show up at 5 and learn about that. She's going to highlight some listings, tell us how Brewster is a little bit different with the market. And that's the inside of her. She has a little kids play area. I think it's really cute. So if you'd like to go, let me know. I have seats in my car. So Yellow Gate Designs is coming here on the 17th at noon. They will bring food. They have gift bags, which sweet little tote bags in there, and like jelly beans. So it's very much worth it, and we like them. So they're a good business. So let me know if you can come to that. Does anybody have listings that they want to highlight? Buyer needs? Anything that you got happening?
I can show you that.
I still have mine. I have no idea why it's not selling, but it'd be really nice if somebody would like the condo in Edgewater. It's a fantastic place, especially if someone doesn't want to mow or deal with anything outside. They've got a pool that you look like you're on a resort, and you're right on the Loop Trail. And
2 stories, right?
my biggest challenge is a lot of people want 1 story, and so
Gotcha. Yeah.
but it's a great place.
If anybody's seen it in the office and I guess has feedback, we can, have people reach out to you and, hopefully help you sell it. So. And then I'm gonna share a different screen so I can pull up Sydney's listing for you guys. She used something called Box Brownie that, let me go to this other screen. Hold on 1 minute. I can't think if I got too many things going on. Okay. God, I hate that thing. Okay. Can you guys see on Zoom the Birch Street screen? Okay, sweet. So this is Sydney's new listing, and she'll talk about it a little bit. You guys should be able to hear on Zoom.
Yeah, so a little bit of a dated home, but a good price point for Leavenworth for a home. Can they hear me?
Can you guys hear her?
Okay.
Sweet.
So, had professional photos done, and then, as you guys know, a lot of people have a hard time like envisioning a remodel. So this right here is virtually renovated and virtually staged. So if Ashley goes to the next one, this was the original photo, and then go back. And this is what it looks like virtually renovated and staged. So that helps a buyer walk through and picture what you could do with it. So, and then I made sure to like, like, this is not the actual house, because I don't want somebody to come in and be like, false advertising, what is this crap, So I want to be really clear about that and do them side by side like this. And then I'm printing them and I'm going to laminate them to bring to the house. So as somebody's walking through, they can grab that and like look at it in person as they're walking through. So, yeah, Box Brownie, really cool program that you can do that. Their turnaround time, they say 5 to 7 days. They got this back to me in 3 days. So they were really fast. It's kind of expensive. Like the more you're changing, the more expensive it's going to be. So I paid $275 for my photos, my professional photos. And then to have those 3 images edited, I paid about $300. So, it adds quite a bit, but I think, at this price point, I'm expecting multiple offers. Hopefully that will help some people envision and get a better, outcome for the seller. So I just wanted to point that out because I thought it was a really cool program and I just learned about it and just tested it out this week.
You might
Yeah.
also, just as an example, you can charge the client for that too.
Yeah, you can.
I mean, that's just depends on your own business.
I got 6%, so I'm. I'm concierge level on this one.
I think it's great. I mean, these are great ideas, and just know that if cash is tight and you're trying to lead with revenue, I mean, sometimes if you got the listing, you go, hey, you know what? There's this idea that could help us. You don't have to do it. It's okay to do that. It's okay to ask somebody, and if you want to do, sometimes good, better, best, you can do like, this is what you get when you list with me. This is an extra, this is an extra. So it depends on your seller. Some people would be like, yeah, sure, I'll take it. Let's do it. $300. Absolutely. So just be aware that if it's out of your budget, don't not use it because of that. Just ask the client.
Oh, Kathy's doing something. What, Kathy?
You want to do it for your listing?
Oh.
Oh, so Russ was just saying if it's not in your budget to do that, you could always ask the client. So, and just see, if it's $300-400 or so, if they're up for it. Do you think they could use your listing as an example? If they want to show?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so you can pull up her, it's
And also,
118.
Box Brownie has examples on their website too, of different varying things.
Don't they do other stuff besides like the?
Yeah, they do virtual saving and enhancement and all sorts of stuff.
I use Box Brownie, and like if I end up getting photography on a day where the weather's not great or whatever, it costs $1.80 to send them in a photo and say, make the sky blue. So it's they have some really cheap stuff in there too, or like you've been seeing a lot of these twilights. Well, if you don't want to pay the photographer to go out there twice, they can also make the house look like it has twilight photos. Same thing, $1.80 per photo. Yeah. So there's some really affordable things in there as well.
Do they give you a range of what it would cost if you renovated? There's a menu on it, so it's like, and I did some things and then they emailed me back and said, oh, you know what, this is actually a full kitchen outfit, which is gonna add an extra, X amount, so you have to go back in and add more money to your account, is what but like you can click on like, oh, I want all of the floor to be the same, I want a floor change out, I want paint change out, so there's like a little menu that you can click and you know exactly what you're gonna pay as your.
But I mean, like for the buyers, if you see
Oh.
kitchen number 2, do they say this company thought it would be approximately?
No, but they're an international company, so that would, you'd have to get like a local contractor recommendation for that.
For some reason, this speaker thing disconnected for a minute. So you should be able to hear us now, hypothetically. And if not, this is the weekly tech issue. So it's fine. It's fine. Okay. Yeah, no, it's I don't, yeah. Ashley's tech trainer. I can't even do it too. It's fine. Okay. Nothing can hear, someone's talking but cannot understand anyone, or is it just me? If you guys want to put in the chat on Zoom, if it's unfortunately just Kathy, or if you guys can't hear me either, that would be sweet. A little bit. Nicole did some sort of hand motion. I feel like that's supposed to mean even you can barely hear you. Dang it, guys. So sorry. I don't understand. Oh, Nicole's been able to hear everyone. Kathy, I don't know how to help you. Yeah, besides just volume on your end, unless I like come to your house and click buttons, I'm not sure what I can do. So this brings me to, if you guys don't know, through the National Association with Realtors, with all the big money that you pay, they give us free tech training for agents, or not tech training. So it's tech support. So you can just call into their number and they'll remote into your computer and fix whatever issue you have.
They're amazing. I use them a lot.
And they answer within like 3 minutes. And they, I mean, I had a guy with me for like 2 hours that went in my computer and fixed all my annoying things. And, yeah, it's free. Well, not like really free. It's a perk with all the money that we spent. So Kathy, I'll send you the number for the techie dude. One. Okay. Has anybody seen the new forms? Crickets. Come on, man. So they came out today and it's a bunch of forms and I think it's fantastic. So they changed, like on the inspection addendum, they changed the box that the seller checks. You know, it's like if you're asking for additional time, now there's a box that they check, so you don't send the inspector's recommendation anymore. Even if it's just the text as part of the report, you don't send anything unless they check that box. So it's like super important changes. And then also Marsha's going to talk about it for contracts class today. So she's going to go more in depth. But I know like even on the feasibility form, it's now 20 days instead of 10 for the default. And then there's another form that changed from 10 days to 20 days. So there's like a lot of big things. So training calendar, I emailed yesterday the redlined versions of the forms, and then now they are up on Northwest MLS. So you don't need to like backdate anything. If you use the old forms, you know, yesterday, you're fine. Big things, big changes. So Estella, me, and Monica were at the Chat GPT masterclass. Gold.
It was worth it.
Freaking gold. So much stuff. This guy goes super in depth. So he released the recording to me. So if you want the recording, I'll send it out also in an email. But if you scan the QR code, you have to put in that password that's in bold in order to access it. So, and it is the plus sign and the little dot at the end. So it's kind of a weird password, but you have to have that in order to access it. I mean, I can't even like remember half of the things, but
I wrote it all.
yeah, she wrote it. She took notes. I'm horrible at taking notes. Did it work?
I'm working it right now. Kind of a funky one.
Okay.
Plus period.
Yeah, it's a very funky password.
So there's
So Q32 doohickey I5 plus dot.
looks like it worked.
Yay. Okay. Yeah, this guy's a genius. And it just goes more in depth with like, I didn't know Canva has like a chat and AI thing in it. Canva does. There's other websites to where you can get like better stock photos for real estate, and you can like, I can't even remember all of the things. There was like way too much information. So, the app from NAR was supposed to be released like today, but they're pushing it out for some reason. I still haven't gotten an answer back on if you can do your auto emails from the app, which would be fantastic. So crossing fingers that happens. Oh, this is the one that was going to be released. Sorry, there's multiple apps. Apps are coming.
Yes, they got a new.
this is the one where I asked about the auto emails. Because it would be great to be able to approve them or disapprove them from the app. So this is the one that was supposed to be released today, but it's extended, but they didn't give me a new date. Who knows? Yeah, pretty sweet. Turn in your, look how much you guys laugh. I was so excited to find this. The dumbest thing. So apply. You want to do stuff. Golf, if anybody's golfers, is anybody signed up for the tournament thing? Oh, multiple people, fun. I can't golf, that'd be just horrible. If you don't like to golf, then you can still go to dinner. It's like $30, $35 or so.
It's 30 just for.
Yeah, no, it's great. Ignite things, tomorrow with Russ, 1, 2, 3. And then tech, whatever we come up with from 3 to 5, it usually just ends up being 5 different things. It's beneficial though, right? Okay, sweet. I just kind of like squirrel a little bit, just like Russ. We just have 4 hours of just bouncing around from subject to subject. Mega Agent Camp, August 15th to 16th. So if you're interested in that, tickets were limited. So do you know if they still have?
I have not heard that they shut it off, so.
Okay. So sign up yesterday. So we talked about Box Brownie. Does anybody else have other apps that are wonderful and amazing and we want to let other people know about? Or websites or any of the things?
Ooh, I got a question.
Yes.
What is a good app to add sub captions onto your videos?
CapCut, is that CapCut one of the things?
Oh, I've got that one on here. Okay.
I
Alright.
think that's it. And if not, God, I feel like someone not too long ago mentioned it on one of the Facebook Keller Williams chats. If not, now that it's been said out loud, your phone will show you something because it's listened. So I'm sure it will show up. Yeah, if anybody knows on Zoom, if not, I'll look into it because that would be sweet. We'll figure it out. Brokers tour, tomorrow at 9. So I'm gonna get here a little before 9 and then we'll choose, you know, however many houses to look at that we can fit in 2 hours. Is anybody wanting to go tomorrow? 1, 2, okay, so I have 1 more seat in my car. If you guys want to carpool, it's up to you. Or you can go look at, pretty much you guys should be in the getting the emails for it. Well, I believe so. There's been like a ton of houses lately, so half the time you can't fit in all of them, so you just cherry pick the ones you're interested in. That's all I
have something for you, just a reminder, the whole 48 hours of getting your documents uploaded. Once they get signatures, auditors are looking at timestamps and stuff, and there's a reporting command that will show when it was signed and when you uploaded it. So please, please, please make sure you get your stuff in within 48 hours.
Yeah, we don't want to make the DOL and all those people mad.
No.
Yeah, getting audited would not be fun. So turn in your stuff. Sorry, that was a little aggressive.
And don't forget KWLS on your listings.
Yes, and with
At first.
KWLS, so when you have a new listing, you need to put the listing into KWLS before you're pending. And it's also a benefit. It goes on like 300 and something other websites. But then also me and Melody found out a few weeks ago, which I didn't think of this. So if there's a listing that's in a different count, like a different MLS system, and it's a KW agent, you can actually go into KWLS and search that property. And if they have documents uploaded, you can actually see the documents, even if you're not in that MLS. So I never used to put my documents into KWLS. I just did like minimal stuff, but it's beneficial to actually put everything. And the reason you have to do it beforehand is that it makes it a nightmare for Kelly to be able to do your broker demand and get you paid if you wait.
Yeah, it doesn't
And that's
allow
not
me
fun.
to have the ID number that I need in order to do the broker demand if you've marked it as pending or if you put it in after you do the commission request. So best practice, put it in Northwest MLS, immediately put it in KWS as active and just leave it that way.
Anything from Zoomer people? Anything? Nothing? Where'd you guys go? Nope. Contracts class after this, starting at noonish, whenever we get all the things set up, and it's an important one, so. See you later. Goodbye.
Oh, yeah.